Hello, everyone. This is Robert from Book of Mormon Editions, where we discuss printings, publications, and various editions of the Book of Mormon. So I came across this volume and was really excited to showcase this and give some background details behind it. This is the Souvenir Book of Mormon from the 1964 World's Fair of New York City. The background details on this is pretty interesting, and I hope you'll gain some insight on the printing and various missionary work of the time. So in 1964, New York City hosted a 2-year-long World's Fair where everyone who's anyone inside the world of business, industry, travel, leisure, food, and international relations had a pavilion to highlight their various activities to the general public. And so the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints also submitted for and set up a pavilion for visitors. This was pretty significant enterprise as local members and missionaries had to staff this during the whole 2 years. The outside pavilion included a replica image of the Salt Lake Temple with an angel Moroni on the top, and also included gardens and flowers and walkways. The inside was a visitor center with various stations and a 300-seat theater showing the 15-minute video called Man's Search for Happiness. One of the key features of this visitor center was the opportunity to pass out these copies of the Book of Mormon to those interested. This is a 1964 printing of the Book of Mormon with a 1963 copyright. The format and layout was used since 1920 and was the standard print edition of the Book of Mormon for the time. What's interesting about this souvenir copy was that it came with a dust jacket, specifically reflecting the World's Fair Pavilion and the details within. The front of it had a temple replica drawing, and the front inside had foldouts regarding the Savior of the Old World and the Savior in the Americas. The back of the dust jacket had an image of the angel Moroni and Moroni's promise of Moroni chapter 10. And the back inside had pictures of the mural at the pavilion regarding Joseph Smith and the first vision. So these volumes with dust jackets were specifically used as souvenir covers for the New York World's Fair. What's also interesting is that the cover of the Book of Mormon is a maroon vinyl cover with a title and embossed angel Moroni on the front. You'll remember that these covers were first used in the 1950s. And then in 1961, they started printing the blue cover volume with the gold angel Moroni. However, this World's Fair Souvenir edition had the maroon cover with a 1964 printing date. It seems that the maroon cover and the blue cover volume were printed simultaneously, where this had a dust jacket and the blue cover probably was available without one. I also had a chance to find an official guide to the World's Fair, which is pretty interesting by itself. It seems that this was a catch-all resource for those visiting, and it seemed like it was worth it, considering all the vendors, displays, and attractions contained within the World's Fair. You needed a reference book to guide you through all of the attractions. And sure enough, the church pavilion is listed and close to the main entrance. The church picked a prime location, as most visitors would have to walk past the 3-spired Salt Lake Temple-looking building as they entered the fairgrounds. And once again, if you had a chance to visit the Mormon Pavilion, you would get a souvenir Book of Mormon with dust jacket in remembrance of the 1964-65 World's Fair held within New York City. I'd love to hear comments in the comments below from anyone of an older generation who had a chance to visit this 1964 World's Fair and what they thought of the Mormon Pavilion within. So thanks everyone for spending some time regarding a souvenir Book of Mormon. If you have a specific or unusual copy of the Book of Mormon that you'd like reviewed here, please contact me at bomeditions@gmail.com. Best wishes, everyone.